I love these fabulous children's astrology books by Donna McGarry. They're delightful, whimsical, and entertaining. Visit zodiacs.com. Hello, fabulous Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2014, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Last month, late last month, we had a new moon taking place in a part of the sky that had to do with finances, yes. And I spoke about that last month. And actually, you are carrying the energy of that particular new moon into this month as well. So there does seem to continue to be a focus on themes that have to do with what some people call other people's money. It has to do with the type of money you get from banks. It has to do with loans, grants, bursaries, scholarships, insurance payouts, benefits, that type of thing. And so it looks like either late last month or as you start this month, there is going to be at least some interaction with some financial institutions as part of you navigating your relationship with money, navigating the things that you need to do. I have to say it does look like also whether late last month or as you enter this month, there's at least one sort of large purchase that you have in front of you to make. And it does look like it's optional, okay? And of course, that's always your choice to sort of decide in the light of your own circumstances what feels right. But it looks like the resources are there, and it's up to you to, again, to decide whether or not you're going to go further with that and make that investment that is showing up for you to make. What I do really like about this month is that once we get into the early part of the month, depending on where you are on the planet, right around the 8th or so, there is a full moon taking place that continues this financial theme, but it shifts a little bit. And this particular full moon has to do with money that you actually earn. It has to do with looking at the income that's coming in, your salary that's coming in as well. And this particular full moon, what I find really interesting about it is that it is speaking in harmony with Pluto, a planet associated with wealth. And it is also speaking in supreme harmony with Saturn, a planet associated with stability, and also a planet that is your ancient ruling planet as well, making it that much more an important celestial event for you. And I look at this and I do think that you are really about to understand your finances in a different way and really get to the heart of a matter of what it is that you need to do to create greater prosperity for yourself, and the kind of prosperity that lasts, the kind of prosperity that happens on a regular basis. Now, when we have a full moon, essentially, wherever there's a full moon, 6 months earlier, there was a new moon. So I'd like you to think about what was taking place in your life, particularly your financial life, 6 months ago, because that will speak to you as to what it is now that is likely to be coming to fruition. The ideas, the seeds planted then, now you start to understand just what it is and where it is that the universe was trying to get you to understand yourself more deeply, trying to get you to understand what your worth is more deeply. And you likely started to put things into place then that now are going to show you how well you did back then and have continued to do. And so it looks like some financial fruit is coming to fruition. For some of you, this is going to mean an opportunity actually shows up. So for some of you, this very well could be advancement in your work. If you're just looking at this from a very literal level, this could be advancement in your work. This could be a promotion even as well. For those of you open, having been open to and wanting employment, those of you out there who may be in that position, this is a good month for actually finding that. If you have your own business, this is a time when you could find yourself with some really steady clients, or really understanding what needs to be put into place if you are going to maintain consistent growth over a period of time as well. But of course, as with all things, as I like to say, there's always sort of a larger kind of meta or a larger emotional, spiritual, ephemeral understanding of celestial phenomenon as well. And this really has to do with understanding your worth and really grounding yourself in that, knowing that you are worth more than you were. Now, whether that means knowing that you've sort of established yourself at a level of expertise and now you can affirm that in the world, you can have confidence in what it is that you know, or whether that is in you affirming a sense of worth in terms of what it is you believe the value is to what you're giving, whether it's something new or whether it's something established. But it does look like you are affirming that. But there is an element here, because it's Saturn, there is an element here of you looking at things in a balanced way, in an accurate way. You saying to yourself, you know what? I actually am worth more because of these reasons. So it isn't that it's lofty. You know, it isn't that you're just having a dream and thinking, yeah, I deserve more because I'm so awesome. No, it's that you've demonstrated something, you've proven something. I also see for some of you out there, it looks to be that there's some sort of a concentrated effort, a very determined push right around this full moon as well, in order to implement things to maximize profit, to maximize income as well. And so it is prosperity that is very much sort of in focus for much of the month. It is later in the month, and in particular, I'd invite you to watch what takes place right around the 15th. That is when Mercury will enter shadow, meaning that Mercury will return next month. Mercury will be retrograde and will return to that place on the 24th of next month. Now, the reason that I mentioned the importance of this for you is because a new moon is taking place in the later part of the month. And this new moon is happening in the same part of the sky that Mercury will be mostly retrograde in. And this has to do with vision, really. It has to do with the vision you have for your life. And it has to do with getting out into the world, allowing more of the world to see you as well. Now, with this particular Mercury retrograde, and I'll be here to talk about it next month as well, it's going to flow sort of back and forth between the part of the sky that has to do with vision and the part of the sky that actually has to do with career, has to do with manifestation, has to do with advancement in that sphere, in the career sphere. And it looks like you are figuring out slowly but surely now, this month, and as a part of a continuous process into October and November as well, figure out how to bring together vision with manifestation. So this is part of a longer cycle. But I do see you getting some very valuable insights and looking into just what it is you can implement and what it is you can understand on a level of vision in order to more fully manifest those higher goals that you may have. And of course, because you're coming at this right after a period of time where your focus is largely financial, it does look like you're also integrating a more practical sense of, okay, what is it that's not just financially feasible necessarily, but what is it also in terms of, yes, matches my vision, allows me to manifest, but also is going to allow a sense of greater and greater prosperity as well. And this groundedness will ensure that the things you begin to implement now, the learning you start making yourself available to, the process you start making yourself available to, will be one that leads to greater stable progress and prosperity as well. One thing is for sure though, you are coming to understand your worth with much more kinder eyes, as it should be. And this worth is grounded and well earned after a period of time as well. And I really do believe, as I look at the sky for you, that the universe wants you to move in a direction of greater prosperity, but it is the kind that is truly stable. And it is the kind that is grounded in the fact that it's not just that you are good, but you're actually good at something. There is something that you uniquely do that is valued. And it is that very thing that should give you a sense of emotional prosperity. And that in turn will lead you to manifest great things as well.